Good morning. It's day 85 on trail. It's just on 7 AM and we're just getting back onto the trail after coming up from Eagle's Nest Shelter where we camped last night. It's about 15 k's, 9 miles to get into Point Clinton today. Relatively easy along the ridge and then a big drop down into town, and then there's a steep climb back the other side. Had to stop walking and talking at the same time because there's way too much mud along here. Hopefully it's short-lived and doesn't keep going the whole way in, otherwise it's not going to be a very fun morning. I cut my toe for the first time on the trail so far yesterday. I just stubbed my big toe, bit of blood. I've taped it up, but I really don't want it to get too dirty. Saying that, I haven't really had a chance to give it a good wash out yet, so hopefully that chance will present itself as well. Maybe there'll be a good stream tonight or something like that. Anyway, I guess it's time to go conquer that mud. It is just before 8 o'clock on day 86 on trail. We've just walked the quarter mile from the shelter at Port Clinton back to the trail, and now we're keeping heading north. I have to say, I have to apologise I guess, that I'm not very good at keeping the video going when we get into town. So yesterday we walked about 9 miles to get to Port Clinton. And just as we turned up there was a shuttle van from Cabela's, which is down the road, and they took us down there. And down near the Cabela's there was a Walmart and also all-you-can-eat Chinese. So we first of all went into Cabela's, apparently the largest Cabela's in the world. I'd never been to a Cabela's before. It was big, but not really aimed at hikers. Certainly more of a hunting and fishing store. And then we got some more permethrin when we were there. Then we headed over to the Chinese buffet and sat in the buffet for the best part of 3 hours, eating and then also recharging our phones and things like that. From there we went across to Walmart to resupply, and then back to Cabela's to get a ride back to the shelter. Once we got back to the shelter at Port Clinton, we laid all our things out in the sun and gave them a spray with the permethrin. That takes a couple of hours to dry out, and it was pretty sunny, so that wasn't really an issue. Got all that stuff treated and dried. I also gave my feet a really good soaking because I cut my toe the other day. I haven't been able to wash it out properly, so I did 3 separate foot baths. Cold water in each one to give them a really good scrub. I also bought in Walmart like a pumice stone sandpapery thing, and so I was able to really give a lot of the dead skin on my feet a little bit of a scrub as well, which was really good. So they're looking clean and scrubbed. And fortunately the bit of skin that I took off from the big toe looks like it was mostly dead skin and callus. So it's not really too much of a wound there. I've covered it back up with a band-aid and some tape, so hopefully that'll heal up quite nicely. It is a little bit sore. I also cleaned out the cracks on my feet, cut off a lot of dead skin, and then this morning after my feet were all dry, I super glued shut a couple of cracks in my feet, actually in the balls of my feet, or kind of like where the ball of your feet meets the main bit of your foot. Anyway, I super glued them shut, so hopefully that'll help them stop getting any worse. Today we're going to try and do at least 20 miles, 32 kilometers. Not really sure where that takes us to, but we want to keep our mileage up, and so I think after a big hill climb today it shouldn't be too bad. A guy also stopped past the shelter last night and said that there's a couple of really good lookouts coming up today, so I'm really looking forward to them. It's another clear, hot day, so I think it's going to be a pretty warm one as the day goes on. I'm on YouTube. Now you're on YouTube too. I'm not famous, no.
Okay.
I have like 100 followers.
Hi YouTube. So far this morning we've done a pretty big climb up to Pulpit Rock and then across to the pinnacle where we stopped for lunch. It was really cool up at Pulpit Rock. Met a group of people and some kids who were really interested in the Appalachian Trail, so it was really cool to stop and talk to them and answer a few of their questions. And the girl in particular seemed really interested in hiking the trail, so I know you're probably watching this because I took some video footage of you, but you should definitely do it. It'll be great. No, seriously, it was really cool to talk to some people who are so interested in the trail. So that was really great. Since then, the walking's actually been pretty easy. We're on a gravelled, wide path. It's part of the watershed for this area, so it's pretty well maintained, which is making it really nice walking. Still not entirely sure where we're going tonight, but we'll just wait and see how much mileage we make before we make that decision. We did 10 miles before lunch, so hopefully we can crank out a few more this afternoon. Hoping to do maybe 24-ish, just so we get an easier day tomorrow. But we'll have to see how it goes. If we get too many more rocks, that might throw a bit of a spanner in the works. We're at Ellenville Shelter. I think we ended up walking about 22 miles today. We got here so late just because we spent a lot of time sitting around today, both at lookouts and then also at the Eckville shelter where there was a flushing toilet and a place to charge stuff. Hi! I just put up the tent and stuff, and Raiden went down and got some water. So